In a small, humble village over 2,000 years ago, the world witnessed the birth of a man who would change the course of history. His name was Jesus Christ. Today we embark on a journey through his life, a story filled with miracles, teachings, love, and sacrifice. Join us as we delve deep into the life of Jesus, from his miraculous birth to his crucifixion. The life of Jesus Christ. After his arrest in the Garden of Gethsemane, Jesus was taken first to the house of Annas, the former high priest, a powerful figure in Jerusalem. Annas, a man deeply entrenched in the traditions and power structures of the Jewish leadership, questioned Jesus about his disciples and his teachings. He sought to find any reason to accuse him, but Jesus calmly replied, "I have spoken openly to the world. I always taught in synagogues or at the temple, where all the Jews come together. I said nothing in secret. Why question me? Ask those who heard me." At this, one of the guards struck Jesus, demanding, "Is this the way you answer the high priest?" But Jesus, unshaken, responded with dignity, "If I said something wrong, testify as to what is wrong. But if I spoke the truth, why did you strike me?" Annas, finding no grounds for a charge, sent Jesus to his son-in-law Caiaphas, the current high priest. Caiaphas had already gathered the Sanhedrin, the Jewish ruling council, in the dead of night, a rare and illegal move, revealing the urgency and fear that gripped the leaders. They were determined to find a reason to put Jesus to death. The council sought false testimony against Jesus, but the witnesses contradicted each other. Some claimed he had said, "I will destroy this temple made with human hands, and in 3 days will build another, not made with hands." Yet even their testimonies did not agree. Frustration grew among the leaders. They needed something more concrete, a charge that would stick. Finally, Caiaphas, exasperated by Jesus' calm demeanor, stood and demanded, "Are you not going to answer? What is this testimony these men are bringing against you?" But Jesus remained silent, fulfilling the prophecy that he would be like a lamb led to the slaughter, without opening his mouth. In a final attempt to force a confession, Caiaphas asked directly, "I charge you under oath by the living God. Tell us if you are the Messiah, the Son of God." Jesus answered, "You have said so, but I say to all of you, from now on you will see the Son of Man sitting at the right hand of the Mighty One and coming on the clouds of heaven." At this, Caiaphas tore his robes, a sign of deep outrage and grief, exclaiming, "He has spoken blasphemy. Why do we need any more witnesses? Look, now you have heard the blasphemy. What do you think?" The council answered, "He is worthy of death." They spit in his face, blindfolded him, struck him with their fists, and mocked him, saying, "Prophesy to us, Messiah. Who hit you?" They mocked the very idea that he could be the chosen one, all while fulfilling the prophecies they claimed to defend. At dawn, they bound Jesus and led him to Pontius Pilate, the Roman governor. The Jewish leaders lacked the authority to execute anyone. They needed Rome's approval to put Jesus to death. Pilate, a seasoned and pragmatic ruler, was puzzled by the charges brought against Jesus. He asked, "Are you the king of the Jews?" Jesus replied, "You have said so." Pilate, sensing that Jesus posed no real threat to Roman authority, tried to release him. But the chief priests and elders stirred up the crowd, insisting that Jesus was inciting rebellion against Caesar, claiming to be a king. Pilate, caught between maintaining peace and facing potential unrest, was reluctant to act. Meanwhile, Pilate's wife sent him a message. "Have nothing to do with that righteous man, for I have suffered much because of him in a dream today." Her warning added to Pilate's growing unease, and he continued to seek a way out. Pilate offered the crowd a choice: to release Jesus, whom he found innocent, or Barabbas, a notorious criminal. It was a customary gesture during the Passover festival, allowing the people to choose a prisoner for release. The crowd, incited by the religious leaders, chose Barabbas. Pilate, now feeling trapped, asked, "What shall I do then with Jesus who is called the Messiah?" The crowd roared, "Crucify him!" Pilate, still hesitant, asked, "Why? What crime has he committed?" But they shouted all the louder, "Crucify him!" Realizing he could not sway the mob, Pilate took water and washed his hands before them, saying, "I am innocent of this man's blood. It is your responsibility." The people replied, "His blood is on us and on our children." Pilate reluctantly handed Jesus over to be crucified. Meanwhile, Peter had followed at a distance, standing in the courtyard of the high priest, trying to blend in with the servants and guards. A servant girl noticed him and said, "You also were with Jesus of Galilee." Peter denied it before them all, saying, "I don't know what you're talking about." As he moved toward the gateway, another servant girl saw him and said to the people there, "This fellow was with Jesus of Nazareth." Again, Peter denied it, this time with an oath, "I don't know the man." A short time later, those standing nearby came up to Peter and said, "Surely you are one of them. Your accent gives you away." At this, Peter began to curse and swear, saying, "I don't know the man." Immediately, a rooster crowed. And then the words of Jesus flashed through Peter's mind. "Before the rooster crows, you will disown me 3 times." Peter's heart sank. Overwhelmed with guilt and sorrow, he went outside and wept bitterly. Peter's denial was a moment of deep human frailty, yet it also marked the beginning of a journey toward redemption and forgiveness. Even in his darkest hour, Jesus' love and compassion extended to those who failed him. And so the trials ended. Jesus, the innocent lamb, was condemned by both religious leaders and the Roman authority. The stage was set for the ultimate sacrifice, the event that would forever change the course of history.